This action hour, we're going to talk about core 4 and give you some scripts and some wordings that make it super easy. Just copy and paste and get as many people as we want to get on here. Like, what's your goal? How many people, like Becca, Coach Becca last night said she wanted 50, or maybe it was Amber, 50 people personally doing this challenge with them. Anybody else have
Can you hear me now, Shay?
They want doing this with them? We're at 8:16. Kayla, I still can't hear you.
What the heck? What is happening? Can you hear me now?
Still nothing. Let me see. Where'd you go? You moved on the screen.
I can hear you.
Okay. Now I can.
You can hear me?
I can. Maybe it was a blonde thing that my volume was turned down on my computer.
Oh, I'm like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I know that your volume's not on.
Yes.
Hilarious.
All right. You want to start? You want me to start?
Go ahead. We're at 8:16. I already introduced myself, told them a little about me, how long I've been drinking ketones, and I'm excited to do this call with you tonight.
Cool. Well, thanks, Shay. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kayla Buswell. I am here in freezing southern New Hampshire. I have been drinking and sharing this drinking ketones and sharing this conversation for a little bit, over 15 months now, and I am loving it. So tonight we want to focus this action hour around the core 4, right? So I think the first thing that we're going to do tonight is we're going to set a timer for like 5 minutes and go in and create a story on Instagram around the core 4.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to go in Instagram and create a story around core 4, and hopefully y'all have your Instagram and Facebook stories linked. If you don't, I can drop a YouTube link in the chat that basically walks you through how to do that, because once they're connected, it's like creating content for 2 platforms, but you only have to post it once and it goes to both, right? So let's take the next 5 minutes to put up a story on Instagram and or Facebook if you don't have them linked yet. Basically just letting people know that you're super excited to start this challenge and give them a call to action, right? Put a poll in your story and say, who's ready to join the challenge with me? And we don't ever want to put the word no, right? So you can do like yes or heck yes, or whatever works for you, right? That's just what I use. So 5 minutes. Do you have a timer, Shay?
I do. One of the wordings that's worked for me in my stories is I've taken a picture of me. I shake up ketones every single day. I record it and I pop it in my stories. And I use the same song every time I do it. And people know that when they hear that song, they're like, oh, that's when that crazy redheaded girl, well, she's redheaded today, but sometimes I'm blonde. That song, she shakes up that stuff. So I have been taking that picture that I take of myself and I say, who wants to get paid to get healthier? And people are like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, money talks, y'all. Girl, I love money. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of use not a tricky word, but something that's going to catch their attention. And what I've seen a lot of people do, if you could get paid to become healthier over 4 weeks, would you do it? I would. All right. I will set a timer. I just saw Coach Becca pop on here. Hey, girl. Hi. Let me do a little. That's a stopwatch, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, it's a timer, not a stopwatch. Okay. Y'all, I do function on a daily basis. Okay, here we go. 5-minute timer has started.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking about, does everybody have access or have on their phone those 4 graphics that were pulsed out about the Core 4 challenge? If anyone doesn't, just pop it in the chat. And then also make sure in your Better Starts Here group, because that's where they're hosted in there as well. I just thought about that.
Shay, are you talking about these ones? Hold on.
Where'd you go? No, I'm talking about, they're black.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So there's this one that it's a graphic we use that it just says Core 4 steps, 4 days, 4 weeks for a better you. And then there's another design for it. And then another way that explains the 4. Those were pulsed out, and I just, actually, this is the perfect one to grab someone's attention. It says, I accepted the Core 4. And then you can put something like, who's going to join me? And people are like, what is that? And then you can go into what the 4 steps, 4 days, 4 weeks for a better you.
Love that.
But it's great that, I mean, the tools that we are given are like literally anyone can use them. And if you wanted to, you could take this graphic, if you have Canva, and make it your own when you pop it onto another Canva design and, you know, add a picture or whatever. I mean, that's a whole nother training, but there's so many things you can do with the graphics that's provided.
Can you drop that in the chat, how it's spelled?
The chat is disabled right now.
It is?
Yes. Yes.
Can y'all see what I just typed?
I did.
That's crazy.
It says it's disabled, so you can type it. It won't let us respond or do anything with it. Sassy.
Maddie V, are you still on here?
I know how to do it. So if you go down to the, you should be able to do everyone and private, publicly and privately. Down at the bottom where you type.
Yeah, I see everyone.
Can you click to the right of it and switch it?
No, I have a little smiley face, an envelope that's just, I don't know.
One of the co-hosts should be able to as well.
Do you see it, Kayla?
No, so I'm on my phone, not my computer, but when I go to the chat, let's see, I don't want to mute notifications. Mine says everyone also.
I'll work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Maddie, if you're still on here, can you make Becca co-host?
I just texted.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we were texting in the chat before because people were putting where they're watching from, what they're drinking. And then the last one was at 8:08 with Kayla. That's our timer. With the chai nights, and then just me just now, it says it is. So that's strange. I mean, I didn't touch anything. I don't think, I mean, just my volume on my MacBook, but that's crazy.
Technology happens.
I guess I'm technically challenged. So that was our timer for that 5 minutes.
So you said that you have scripts?
I do. So Ashley Riddle and Melissa Butler, geniuses that they provided these scripts for us that make it even easier, because I'm not gonna lie, I get nervous and hesitant about messaging someone because I don't want to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just, you know, you guys know that fear of messaging someone. So again, a tool is provided and it's just as easy as copying, pasting. You can tweak the words and make it your own. But basically, this is it in a jest. Hey, this is a birthday one. Happy freaking birthday. If you don't say freaking, don't say that. And be like, I'm reaching out to my friends to see if you have health goals you're working towards in 2022. I'm starting a new January challenge and an accountability group, and I'd love for you to join us. My company is laying down some crazy cash for health journeys, 10,000, 5,000, and 2,000. So I'm telling all my friends, would you want the details? That's one of them. You can also change that to happy new year. Have you seen me post, or have you heard there is some cash being laid out for you to become healthier? Is that one of your goals? You can kind of tweak the words around, but once you get it down, you just save it to your phone and just copy, paste. You can say, hey, John, hey, Joan, hey, Karen. It's simple. Let me grab the other ones. But for me, I did a post because I'm still terrified to message people. I just did a post and said, what in the what, because I'm like that. If you could get paid to do a health journey or to become healthier, would you do it? And people are like, yeah, I'm like, it's easy. It's not 75 hard, it's 28 soft. It's 4, 4, and 4. And they're like, don't tell them 4 steps, 4 days a week, do this, 4 exercise. We're like, it's just 4. Well, what's the 4s? And that gives you permission to then message and have that conversation that way. So it's up to you if you want to cold message people. That's where, oh, hey, it worked. Ooh, we can all chat now. Yay, it's working.
Cool. Do you want to drop those in the chat for them?
Yeah, let me log on my phone so that if you want to have them post on, hang on, let me find it. I should have copied it to begin with. Is there anyone that doesn't have, is there anyone that's not in Better Starts Here group? Oh yeah, Deborah. So a lot of people are familiar with that term 75 hard, which I thought that maybe it meant, clapping your hands 75 times real hard. I have I didn't know. I was like, what is 75 hard? Like, we're gonna really clap. And so whoever iPhone is, I'm very terrified of messaging people. So when I found out what 75 hard was, I was like, no freaking way. I drink ketones. I'm not doing 75 hard. So for those that understand that, we want them to know it's not 75 hard days. This is 28 soft days, 4 days out of the week. You choose them if you want them 4 in a row or you want them every other day, as long as you choose 4 days. I just eat a little. It's 4 days. You eat healthy for those 4 days. It doesn't have to be keto. It's whatever lifestyle healthy choice is going to work for you that you're going to be successful with. And it's movement 4 days a week. I tell them if that means dancing with your broom in the living room or sweeping, cleaning is cardio. I mean, you got to Cinderella, you got to get some stuff done. Walking back and forth in your apartment, around the block, whatever movement. And when they understand that the simplicity of it is, I'm not in the mindset that I want to diet. I'm in the mindset of I get to do this for 4 weeks and I can choose my 4 days. And once they get that consistency of eating and making healthier choices, obviously they're going to go longer than my goal is to be 7 days, not just 4, because that's how I want to gear this. I want to win the 10 grand. I'm just saying. So when you explain it to them that, Becca, it's me, you, and Amber. Amber said she's winning it. When you explain it to them that way, that this is the almost not foolproof, but bulletproof, like there's no way you can fail because it's just 4 days. And it's just 4 weeks. It's not like we're saying, here, we're going to do this 6 months challenge and we expect you to do this for 6 entire months. I would fail at that. But the simplicity of it only being 4 days of the week for your movement, your foods, and your ketones for 4 weeks, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then the money factor comes in. And the part that I'm having a challenge with is getting them to understand the whole, you can't just say, oh, I'm doing it for 4 weeks. You have to actually log in and to the PED app and mark your movement, mark your food, mark, what you eat. And once you get into that habit, it just becomes natural, like waking up, and brushing your teeth. So getting them to download that PED app is the only challenge that I've come into. And some of them are like, well, I don't really want to order because there's some people that don't want to put their credit card in. I'm like, you know what? That's not an issue. I have a whole slew of stash with your name on it. And you want 20 days, you want 30 days. I'm happy to pop these out in the mail to you, because once they get it, what's going to happen? They're going to be like us. They're going to be addicted to it. And then they're going to be like, oh, I want to continue on after these 4 weeks. I want to keep ordering. And then they'll, place an order.
Yes. Love that. So for the next 10 minutes, drop a 1 in the chat if you have ever heard of a green light challenge. Right? We're going to get uncomfortable for a minute, but I promise you'll reap the benefit from getting uncomfortable. Yes. Love seeing those ones. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say a green light challenge, drop a 2 in the chat. Okay, cool. Yay, something new. Love it. Okay, so for the next 10 or so minutes, we're basically going to use the script that Shay is going to drop in the chat. Tweak it to sound like you, right? If you're not someone who's like, hey girl, don't say that. And people love when we use their name. So, hey, Michelle, hey, Shay, hey, Becca, it makes it more personal and that you're talking directly to them and it's not just a copy and paste, right? So a green light challenge is 10 minutes on the timer, taking that script, tweaking it and sending it to as many people as you possibly can during those 10 minutes without replying to anyone that responds to you, right? So if you get tons of messages coming back, that's fine. We're not going to touch them right now. So it's simply 10 minutes messaging people. And then once the timer is up, we will give you high directive on what to do next. Shay, did you drop it in there or not? I didn't notice.
Sorry, I'm dropping some of the important stuff that's nice to have, because if you have questions, rather than reaching up to your upline or your downline, you want the information like right away. Everything in that last one, the challenge.com/core4, has every detailed information about this challenge for anyone that has questions. I'm just starting from the bottom up. So let me go back up and grab the script right quick.
Okay, I'm going to drop one as well. Hold on. Okay, so there's 2 examples of scripts that are in there. Another great way to get into people's messengers about this is anybody that has previously not been ready to commit to drinking ketones because the time wasn't right, but it could possibly be now, is just circling back to those people. Hey, happy new year. Long time no talk. I know we had previously spoken about some health goals that you had. I don't know if you have a plan for your health in 2022, but I'm starting this new challenge and I'd love some accountability partners. If I sent you over some info, would you take a look at it? So just simple things like that. Do you want me to set a timer this time? Shay, or did you set one?
What are we doing, 5 minutes? Sorry, I was looking for more scripts. 5 minutes on this one?
10-minute timer.
10, oh, okay. Let's do 10 minutes. Okay, there we go.
Cool, thank you.
This next script that I'm going to pop in the chat is if when you send one of these scripts and they say, oh yeah, I'd love to do this. We also have a response that you could just copy and paste over and then tweak it to your, how you would talk or whatever they're questioning. Obviously, you just add in your link where it says, here's my shop link. That's where you would put your either Shop Keto or your Prove It Now. Can I drop photos in here? Do you know, Kayla? Let me try.
I don't think you can put photos in a Zoom chat. Actually, I know you can't. Unfortunately. But we can direct them to Better Starts Here for pictures.
Yeah, Amber did a really nice graphic that she's sending out to people that are doing the Core 4 challenge, and it's just a schedule, like 6 to 9 drink ketones, 11 a.m. intermittent fasting or eat low carb, 2 to 4 drink ketones, 5 to 7 eat a low carb meal, and 7 o'clock your fasting starts. Those would be people that want to do intermittent fasting incorporated in their Core challenge. But this is a cool little, I'm sure somebody will drop it in the Better Starts Here. Okay, I'm gonna log out on my phone. Michelle, I don't wait until the next day because that gives them the option to question, like, do I really want to do this? If somebody responds, I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then give them that information. But if you wait until the next day, that just gives them that time to think, well, do I really want to do this? You know, what is it? A confused mind always says no. So I don't want to be like Johnny on the spot, like I'm stalking and waiting for them to reply, but I reply, you know, within a few minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and be like, oh my God, fantastic. I'm so excited that you're going to do this with me. Something like that. Oh, Michelle, and then you look, she has a yes for more information on the core 4. Awesome. Michelle, what am I sending for info? If you'll scroll up that very first one that gives them the options, or you can just go in with your own words and just say that the core 4 challenge, like I said, is a 28-day or 4-week day, you know, explain the 4 steps, the 4 days a week of eating, the 4 days a week of drinking ketones, the 4 days a week of moving, and then explain the process of logging into the PED app just to keep track of their activity. I just say it's an accountability app that keeps them accountable and gets them in the habit of doing that. But also that challenge.com/core4 has every bit of information that you need to answer all the questions that anyone's going to have.
Shay, how much time do we have left on the timer?
We have 3:32. 3.5 minutes.
Okay, cool. So make sure you guys are messaging as many people as possible and not responding until after the timer goes off. We're going to give you some more high directive on responding to people after we've gone through and messaged everybody.
Would you send them? Am I muted? Would you send them the info? No, I wouldn't send them a link because that would confuse them and it might be too much information. I would tailor your response to what it is that they're asking. And basically, I just say core 4 is, you know, 4 days a week, movement for 4 days out of the week, eat healthy for 4 weeks. Sylvie, are you in Nikita's group chat? Thank you, Emily, for posting that video. There are scripts in there. I'll repost them in there if you can get to the that group chat easier. Let's go to Wicked.
Okay, so I see a couple different people asking where we're posting stuff. So the first task that we gave was to post on your story. If you're on Zoom on your phone and you go on Facebook on your computer, you can just click on your profile and there will be an add to story button. And as far as the green light challenge that we're currently doing, we're just taking the script that either Shay or myself, we both dropped one in the chat. You can copy it and send it to people in Messenger. So you're not posting that anywhere. You're personalizing it and sending it to people in Messenger, and the script is in the comments. I can re-drop it again if y'all can't find it.
And you can also use these scripts if you're like texting friends or family members. Use that also in text and how you, or just like me, I tell my family, you don't have a choice. You're doing this with me. If it's family, I wouldn't do that to a customer.
Yeah, so what we're doing right now, Deborah, it's called the green light challenge, basically where you take a section of time. Typically it's like 10 to 15 minutes. And you just do that same task for the entire 15 minutes, but you don't reply to anybody that you're messaging if they respond to you. And I just dropped the script again in the chat. You're muted.
I swear to God, I know what I'm doing. If you don't use the word girly, don't use the word girly. If you say, hey, or like, hey, Joan, hey, John, or, you know, or if you use, hey, girly, but you don't have to use it word for word. You can tweak it to your own personality or how you would speak. And then just save it to your phone. And then you just have to copy it and paste it on over. What if I've never talked to them?
Yeah, so I would say something like, hey, name, happy new year. I was scrolling Facebook and came across that we're friends, like obviously use your own wording, but I was scrolling through Facebook and saw your profile and realized that we're friends, but we've never connected before. How was your holiday? Like, you don't have to go into that right away. I personally don't like to cold message people, but that's totally based on what you're comfortable with. You could ask them like, hey, are you drinking ketones yet? I know that works for a lot of people. So it's basically whatever you're comfortable with, but you can absolutely message them and just start up a conversation. January is the perfect time to do that because everybody celebrated some sort of holiday in the last 60 days. So that's what I would start out with if you've never had a conversation with them before.
One of the other things I do have, has anybody ever put up a post and you have no comments, but you have a lot of likes? And you're like, I have no interaction, I have likes. Those likes to me are permission and a reason for you to reach out to that person. And you message them, are like, hey, thanks for the love on my post. I appreciate it. By the way, our company has this exciting challenge coming up where you can win money to get healthier, and then filter that into your scripts. You're not basically just playing the alphabet game on your messenger and picking someone. You're taking everybody that's liked your comments. And we used to use the phrase, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Were you just, supporting me? Are you interested in the, product or whatever? So now we take that and be like, thanks for all the love on my post. I really appreciate it. By the way, I'm so freaking excited about this new challenge my company has just dropped, and they are laying some cash out to get healthier this year. Something like that. But so if you're posting, you're not getting comments, which happens to me a lot, but I get a lot of likes. I use that as my daily list of reach outs to talk about Core 4. Jennifer, when you say use the same script for a Facebook moms type group, are you meaning posting in that group or individually sending information to people in that moms group? A post. Are you allowed to in the group?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in quite a few moms groups, and like MLM network marketing posts aren't allowed.
Yeah.
So I just checked to see, once a month. Gotcha. I would probably gear a post like that around feeling, right? Do I have any moms in here that could use more energy or have problems sleeping? Something along those lines. I don't know.
More money.
Or need more money. Any stay-at-home moms want some more money. Yeah. That's really cool. I need to find a moms group that allows you to post.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. My first initial response was like, I've been kicked out of so many keto groups and groups because they're like, no MLM. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all I'm doing is trying to help you.
Did our timer go off?
What timer?
The green light timer, Shay.
I said, that's it. We have 1 second left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about the haters. If they haven't tried it, then they have no room to talk. But anyways,
Haters do nothing but boost your post into the algorithm.
that's true. So we are going to take the next 5 or so minutes to go back and respond to anybody that replied to you, right? So if you said anything about like, if I sent you some information, would you take a look at it? If they responded yes, you can say, okay, great. I would love to hear. Well, let me think about what I want. Did you drop a script for this?
For if somebody says, hey, I'd like more information.
Yeah, would you like some details to see if it's for you? Okay. Yeah, so if you guys scroll up in the chat, Shay dropped some scripts that you can use if people say yes. And you can also, like, I like to personalize mine and really dig in and find out what they're looking to accomplish. So I'll ask them things like, I'll say, okay, awesome. I'd love to hear a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish over the next 12 months. If I asked you a few questions, would you have time to answer them real quick, right? And then you can ask them things as far as like, what's their energy like during the day? Oh, it's crappy. Oh, are you drinking coffee, soda, energy drinks, etc., to boost your energy during the day? Like just little things like that. To really dig into what it is that they are looking to accomplish. And because some people aren't trying to lose weight, right? But they might need more energy, better sleep, better mood, better focus, blah, you know. So that's what I would do. But so we can take the next 10 or so minutes before we hop off of here to reply to anybody that responded. If you don't have any responses yet, you are more than welcome to continuing messaging if you have more people to reach out to as well.
And here's one other thing. Make a goal for yourself. Like, I am terrified to direct message someone, but then I had to look at the logic side of it. I have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook, but not all 5,000 people see my post. I don't appear in their feed. And a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, I had no idea about this product. I didn't even have an idea that you did it. So we have something that people want and they don't know they need it yet. And when you reach out to them, there is that fear, but the more you do it. So like I have a goal to reach out to 5 people a day. There are people in a chat that I'm in that do at least 10 or more. The more you do it, the more comfortable it is. But there's a lot of people that don't know what we do or what we're offering because we're not appearing in their feed. So sending out those messages will get you over the fear of that, because you could be that person that person's been looking for something to save them from sugar or help them get, their energy or their focus. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you reached out to me. I had no idea about this product. So keep that in mind about getting over that fear of reaching out to people also.
So as far as diabetes goes, we're not doctors, so we can't make any medical claims. So there's a video on the Prove It TV app that you can direct them to. But I would also suggest that they consult with their doctor prior to making any sort of decisions with drinking ketones. But not making any medical claims. People with type 1 diabetes cannot drink ketones, but type 2 can. But I wouldn't tell them that. I would direct them to the informational video and their doctor.
Yeah, I just ask them if their diabetes is controlled, and then I go to the Prove It page, and every Wednesday, either Dr. Heather or Dr. Andy go live, and I search for something. I have some saved to my phone, and I search in the, once the video is not live anymore, they will break it down by, is it seconds, whatever time in that video. And there is a lot of where Dr. Andy or Dr. Heather talks about how being in ketosis does lower your insulin levels, but we always tell them to check with their doctor. But if it's controlled, then I just send them that video and let the doctor and the experts explain that part. That way we're not, as a promoter, we're not making any medical claims, because Prove It has these videos on their Prove It Facebook page. Awesome, Terry.
Kelly, do you mean, no, it's not a silly question. So she used to drink ketones, but she doesn't now. How long ago, or how long has it been since she stopped drinking ketones? This summer. Okay. So I would just circle back to, would you like to see the current options that we have available currently? Okay, don't say currently twice, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would say that's amazing. So you know how great they are. Let's get you started again. This Core 4 challenge is the best way to dive on in and get back into the program or something like that. Yeah, great.
Have the good, better, best bundles that were not available when she previously drank them in the summer. So you can also offer those to her as well. Welcome.
Oops, there's our timer.
Awesome. Awesome. Did anybody get any responses?
Awesome. 4, Robin. Oh, wow. I know. Oh, Kayla did too.
Very
6?
nice. 6. Yes.
Hmm. That
Amazing.
is exciting.
And now I know, like, we're all over the United States, right? I don't know if anybody in here is outside of the United States. But it's 10 p.m. where I am. So if you don't get responses because it is late and people get busy, don't discourage yourselves. Only one, but that's right. And if people reply to you and say no, get bold and ask them why. I mean, honestly, I don't take no for an answer. That's just me.
I'm like, message them until they block you.
That's super sick. They drink Mitoflex? Kelly, I would maybe get them in a group chat with your closest champ if they're open to it, to see why they say that they're making them sick. Or not even your closest champ, like whoever your sponsor is.
That's a good one, Coach Becca. Did y'all see what she typed in the chat? Hey, I'm about to put my phone down for the night, but I'm curious. I will check back with you in the morning. Oh. Explain. Coach, what does that mean? Becca. Oh. Boom, there you go.
So whatever
Right.
script
So
you're
she wants
using.
to, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Go ahead, Kayla. You got it.
So basically what Becca is saying is that she reaches out to people and says, hey, I'm about to put my phone down for the night, but I'm curious. Have you ever heard of drinkable ketones? Or I'm curious, do you have a plan for your health in 2022? ... I will check back in with you in the morning. So it provides them with the knowledge knowing that she's about to go to bed. So she's not going to respond right away. Love that.
That's
Do you have
brilliant.
anything else, Shay?
I don't. I think these are some awesome scripts. They work. They've been used by Ashley Riddle and her team for, I guess, a little over a month now, whenever Core 4 came out. And like I said, make a goal for yourself. If 3 reach outs is what you think you can handle before you like get all anxiety, but just set a small goal each day and just build up to that. Now, I know if you send too many messages, Facebook will ground you per se, put you in Facebook jail. But I'm afraid, but then I just have to remember I potentially have something that someone's looking for and they haven't ever seen my post.
Yeah, if you change their name each time, it's not going to flag it as like spam. And I think it's like 150 messages that Facebook will like give you a warning. I've never had it happen to me, but when y'all reach out, like, just be confident. If you believe in this product and you reach out to people, just be confident knowing that we have something that can help them. And if they say no, that it's okay, because 10 no's get you closer to 1 yes, right? So I used to be scared shitless to message people also, even if they came to me first, right? I would get nervous and like, what do I say next? But if you lead the conversation with heart and intention and good intention, then people are most likely more afraid to reach out to you than you are to them. Just keep that in mind. You're welcome. All right, Shay, if you don't have anything else, I am going to hop off of here and go to bed. And if y'all have any questions, let us know. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. I hope y'all have a good night.
Run, yeah, and taking the time to join us. Kayla, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I hope everybody got some value out of this and learned some new tips and tricks, and will be more comfortable tomorrow and the next day and the next day. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's like second nature. And we have some, like Kayla said, we have something people want and need. They just don't know it yet. But thanks for hopping on, y'all. Have a good evening.